Hey guys, Drifter here. Today's in-depth is something of an odd one. The hybrid sight will actually give you rapid fire or select fire on some guns. I'm here in a private match with Brass Monkey, who also does a lot of stats, and he made his own app, and we're testing out the hammer. The hammer fires the first 7 rounds in its magazine faster than the following, 68 rounds, and if you stop and shoot again, it'll speed up. You can kind of see this as I'm shooting it. Pretty normal stuff. However, if I use my little hybrid sight trick, it'll fire constantly at 900 RPM, which is the same as rapid fire. Just so long as you're changing sights back and forth. Every time you change your zoom level on the hybrid sight, it resets the gun you're using back to default for some reason, which in the case of the hammer resets those first 7 rounds back to 900 RPM. I can kind of tap it and spray it on my own, but I can just change sight levels and maintain 900 rounds per minute of spray. That's a little bit interesting, but there are some other guns on which it also works. The AN-94, which we also reviewed, it works on that because the first 2 rounds are shooting at 900, and the following rounds at 600. You can see it pretty clearly in these tests. However, if I were to use my little hybrid sight trick and swap back and forth, it's going to be constantly firing at 900 RPM. I'll burn through my magazine very, very quickly. There is some increased recoil at this rate because you're going at that absolute maximum, and it's pretty crazy, and it's kind of annoying to bounce back and forth, but it certainly does work, and it increases the speed dramatically. It's a very dangerous thing. It was kind of interesting on the hammer and the AN-94, but the real strength of this trick is where it comes to adding select fire to a weapon without actually using that perk. You can do the same thing on the M8A1 and on the SWAT 5.56. We're going to take a look at the M8 right here. The M8 shoots pretty quickly as is. I can burst it rather quickly. No big challenge to that. And I think in the next test, we're going to do the hybrid sight trick. And I'm going to try to get it, yeah, you can see how it fires considerably faster as long as I get the timing right. There is something of a skill to this. I can't do it super easily. I can't, 100% do it. But if you do it like I did that time, you can tell that it shoots way, way faster than the default burst. This time's also pretty good. I'm burning through rounds like crazy. These are high accuracy, high damage weapons. Well, actually, that one's not particularly high damage. This one sure as hell is. The SWAT 5.56 is very dangerous. My first test with it, I didn't get the timing down right. There is a skill to doing this. You can easily screw up the timing. This is the normal SWAT. That's as fast as it shoots. There's a burst delay. It's very normal. Let's see if I can do it like this. You can tell it's clearly shooting way faster. And when you do this, it's essentially like getting select fire, but with none of the accuracy or range penalties. As we discussed in the select fire episode, if you put select fire on the SWAT, you're getting a huge increase in recoil, and you're getting like a 90% decrease in range. However, if you do it like this, you don't get any of that, and it's really just kind of neat. You can just trash people. Here's a good one. Brass Monkey does to me just before I'm getting ready to end the round. I think he has the M8A1 when he was playing with it, and he just massacred me. What you can watch is his first burst isn't going to quite kill me, but as he changes back and forth, the select fire comes in and just trashes me. What you're watching right now is just a random collection of clips that I got trying to use this tactic. It's not particularly easy to do online because you do have to have the hybrid optic unlocked, which unlocks at a fairly high level, and on console you're constantly clicking the left stick to change back and forth between zoom levels. The change isn't that great, but it is somewhat annoying, and it does make it more difficult to track targets, just kind of depending on your skill level. I would liken this to taking almost as much skill as quickscoping. If you do it right, you can shoot these guns incredibly fast and make them incredibly dangerous, but it's difficult to get the timing right, and it's also very difficult to track targets while you're flopping back and forth on the sights like a madman. However, it can be done, and you can become much, much more dangerous using this tactic. I honestly know that this is a glitch, or perhaps a minorly broken gameplay mechanic. I think that it should be fixed in the future, but I feel comfortable making a video about it right now because the difficulty level involved is such that not many people are going to be able to do this easily, I don't think, or maybe I'm just bad and I can't do it particularly well because I had a fairly hard time doing it online. But for those of you that are so inclined, that feel that you can handle this and you would like to go for it, I would tell you to do it because it seems fair enough to me. If you want that select fire, rapid fire kind of thing, that you have to get the crazy sights flopping up and down, and you have to get the timing right. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you learned something useful. If you'd like to check out my previous episode of In-Depth on attachments anyway, I'd appreciate if you check out the stock episode. And if you want to check out the next episode of In-Depth, which I haven't even planned yet, I'm planning it right now in this commentary. It's going to be the, we're going to say Scar H. You can click that episode on the right. As always, if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and all that YouTube sort of stuff. Drifter out.